Hey guys, Phil Denton here. So I'm getting ready to head out to the FC Cincinnati Columbus Crew rivalry match here in a few minutes with my family, but I just wanted to share something with you. So, we're getting ready to go on the road, so I had to let my dogs out in the backyard. And one of them, my dog, is he's a half dachshund, half poodle, and he's very stubborn and doesn't like to listen. So basically, when we were letting the other dogs out of the yard, he sprinted out of the door, which he's not supposed to do, because usually we have to put him on like a little tether so he can't get out because he's a digger and he'll be running around the neighborhood if we don't keep him in the yard. But I thought it was interesting because my wife let the dogs out, Jordan let the dogs out, and Howie just sprinted out the door before she could get the tether hooked. So I went out to look for him. I said, Howie, come here. Called him. Said, Howie, where are you? Come on, Howie, come on. You want a treat? You want food? Usually that does the trick, but he was off doing his own thing. So I walked out to the porch and looked over the edge, and I saw him over in the side of the yard over there. And I said, Howie, come on, get back up here. We got to go. So come on, Howie, let's go inside. And he looked right at me and then turned around and walked off the other way, ran off to go sniff something, enjoying his newfound freedom. Because again, he's usually on a tether that's only, 30 feet long, and now he's got the whole yard to run around in. But anyway, so I walked down the steps from the porch to the yard, and I called him again. Said, Howie, come on, buddy. Said, come on, Howie. Come here, Howie. Very lovingly, very sweet. I wasn't really mad or frustrated. So I got down, squatted down at his level. Said, come on, Howie. Come on, buddy. And he looked at me, and he ran right for me. Came right at me. And I got to tell you, having that little dog galloping across the yard right at my face, I don't know. Even if it is frustrating that he ran off his tether, there's still something sweet about seeing him running right toward me. And I wonder if it's the same way with God. God keeps us on a tether, or, he keeps us in a fence, puts a hedge around us to keep us from doing dumb stuff and keep us from hurting ourselves, because he loves us and he's got our best interests at heart. But, every now and then we break off the tether. Every now and then we want to go run around and do our own thing, and go look in another direction, or go try out other things, that aren't what he wants for us. So I was thinking about that today when Howie went off and ran, so I wonder if when we, break our communion with God and, fall into sin, or, follow a path that is something different than what God has set out for us, I wonder if God feels the same way. Like when I climbed down the porch and I went to go meet the dog should come to me, really, because he's a dog and I'm a person, right? But in this case, I had to go down the steps to meet him where he was and get down on his level and call his name, and he came back. So I wonder if it's the same thing with God, where, just like leaving the 99 sheep to find the one stray, he came down to my level. If God comes down to our level and looks right at us and calls us by name and calls us back, and I wonder what kind of joy God feels when we hear him calling us and we turn and face him and run back into his arms, back into safety and back into his loving care. So, it's funny. I just came from a Bible study at Hope Church Saturday morning, so maybe I was just in the right mindset to think about that today, but I just wanted to share that. Just thought it was interesting, that what I feel and my emotional, impact of, dang it, the dog got out again, turns around quickly to, hey, he ran right back to me, and how joyful and how happy that makes me. So I just kind of had to wonder if God feels the same way when we're out doing our own thing in the world and running around off leash and doing whatever we feel like, until he comes down to our level and makes it clear that we're supposed to run back to him and into his arms. So hope you guys are having a great weekend. I'm getting ready to head to Columbus shortly for the match, but I hope you guys are all doing well, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.